with time, the siding, the vinyl siding, start losing their luster, the color, start bleaching out, start fading, and chalking, and that is because obviously the sun is a really powerful um, part of our lives. It's a huge body of heat and ultraviolet lighting and rays that will damage a lot of the materials that we work with. So for that, this type of paint is a really good material to work with. It will again give a coating of protection to the surface, and it will help us to prevent the cracking and the damaging of all the siding that we have, so that will prolong the life of the siding. Now, when you're gonna prepare this, you want to make sure that you clean it up really, really well. Pressure washers, honestly, they don't do much. I mean, unless they put like these really heavy cleaners, the pressure washers will just kind of wash off whatever dirt on the top is. But if you pass your hand on top of that, you're gonna feel that chalk, that white material on your hands. So what I do is that I recommend you to go ahead and clean really well your surfaces with brushes, with sponges, and with rags. Obviously, it's a really tedious process, but that will ensure that your new material, your new paint, is going to be really well attached to the surface, adheres to the surface. So let's continue by cleaning everything well. Don't use heavy cleaners that have a lot of bleach and stuff like that, as it will damage a lot of other things around you. So make sure that everything is nice and neutral. So let's continue. Now we are in a section where we have shutters. So before we clean, we're gonna take out the shutters, and they're gonna be painted with another color, a little darker. You saw the names anyway, but we're gonna go ahead and take them out, clean them up, paint them downstairs, and then put it back on. Okay, so now that we are, as you see, on top of roof and all the stuff and cleaning everything really, really well, I want to just let you know again that I've seen a lot of the work that a lot of people have done on siding and stuff like that, and when you don't take the time to clean it really well, I mean, we are cleaning it by hand and trying to scrub everything, remove all the stuff. And if you use only pressure washer, the pressure washer is going to just take a little bit of the dust out, the dirt out, just like when you're washing a car and you just use a pressure washer, you don't touch it. That's pretty much it. So you want to go ahead and scrub it, make sure that you take all the little spider webs away and all these things that are in the around. Now you want to consider the temperatures. You don't want it to be too cold or too hot. Refer to the instructions of your product. In this case, I'm using Sherwin-Williams again. I'm using the best quality of the paint that they have right now, Emerald in this case. And with that, I want to ensure that the product that I'm going to leave back again to my customers is really, really good. That they're going to have something that is going to be a long-lasting experience, and that is going to protect their investment, right? Also, now that we are up here, you can actually clean your windows and stuff like that. It's really good. And again, be safe when you work in steep areas and all that stuff. If you can use a boom lift, I will recommend you to use a boom lift. When you have small areas, obviously be careful, or use a harness, something that will ensure that you're going to affect your health for the people that is working with you. So with this, I'm going to let it dry, and then we're going to start the application of the product. Obviously cover surfaces as much as possible, make sure that you have everything nice and secure, and let's continue with the installation, the application of the paint. The collection that we're using from Sherwin-Williams is this one, Emerald. So this one is the best collection that they have at the moment. And if you notice over here in the formulas, so the formulas are this one. You can actually pause it if you want to get it. These are going to be the shutters color, and this is the vinyl siding color. But notice that you have that little part that says vinyl safe formula. It's because it's designed with that intention, and you want to let them know that that's what you want. You want to use it in siding, So this one is a nice, navy blue like color, rich dark blue, and this one is multi blue. Anyway, I'm going to show you anyway some before and after clips. But what else can I say? When you're working in sections, make sure that you clean a section really well, let it dry, and then start painting on that one. And don't move too much from a particular section, so you can actually go ahead and do some retouch-ups and all the stuff. And because you start seeing a little faded areas as you go, and when you're working and the bottom of the siding sometimes it's kind of light and it's missing some paint, so you want to go over again. But anyway, let's continue. For the project that we're gonna have over here with the siding, this is the type of roller that I'm gonna use. I also got it at Sherwin-Williams. So this is the material. This is how I'm gonna apply. I'm gonna use a small handle, and also I'm gonna use a 2-inch angle brush, so we can go ahead and start painting all the surfaces now that everything is nice and dry. Okay, now that we have a lot of the paint done, we want to go ahead and do the small details. And the small details, what happens is that when you work with siding, a lot of people, or normally you put silicone between the windows and the edge of the C channel, or the whatever channel you're using, the F channel, C channel, whatever it is. So what you want to do is you want to put one of these tapes. This is like a regular painter's tape, and this one called the frog tape is actually cool because the adhesion of this tape is better, and it leaves you with cuts really nice. So if you have the situation that you have areas that are like sunken and the silicone is not as nice, so you go ahead and put some tape, especially in the most visible areas, and go ahead and put the stuff, paint it, and remove it, so it will be nice and the project will look nice and sharper. So that's how it is. Later on I will make you a video of showing how good one is against the other. All right, let's continue. It got to the point that we need to work on the upper part of the house. So now we have the cap, the chimney cap. If you notice, there's another chimney cap that's really rusted. So what you want to do is you want to get an anti-corrosive paint, a primer, before you put it. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use some black grill paint for this, so because it's the chimney flue. So we're going to go ahead and clean it up really well. I did one, so we're getting more water for this. Make sure that you fasten yourself, you protect yourself when you're working on this type of heights, because it's really high. So let's continue by cleaning up really well and applying the paint on it. Just as the way we are cleaning the rest of the house and the shutters, we're gonna go ahead and clean the doors that are gonna be painted. So just make sure that you if you have excess paint, remove it, but make sure that you clean it really well, let it dry really well, so you can actually have it nice and painted. In this case, the same color of the shutters. So let's go ahead and do that stuff. Apply your cleaner, kind of scrub it a little bit, and then rinse it and let it dry. Now we can see the final part of the project, and let's see. Some important things that I want to remind you of is that when you're working in really high areas, you want to make sure that you have some help. You want to make sure somebody's holding ladders for you, or you have a boom lift. By using this type of paint, you want to remember that, or any type of paint, that you want to clean the areas really well. And believe it or not, we went ahead and cleaned by hand with a rag, and a nice solution to remove all that shock from the deterioration of the siding. So now it is a really nice and changed look of the house without replacing the entire siding. If you have broken pieces of siding, go ahead and replace them and then paint them over. Make sure that you have the same dimension, so it doesn't look kind of weird or uneven. Also, cover the areas where you can see the deficiencies, like holes around the window trim or whatever. And also don't forget to read the instructions of your paint and the type of warnings that you have on your material. So that's it. Now you can see that you can change the look of your house in a really nice way. There's many colors that you can use. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I can, with this video, I can show you a nice way of remodeling your house, changing the look of your house. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you are, thank you as always. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.